Is Canada caught in a geopolitical tug-of-war? Between its close ties with the US and its global commitments, Canada faces a complex dilemma. In the next, we're going to dive deep into the US factor, Canada's dilemma, and uncover how this powerful neighbor shapes Canadian foreign policy. Here's a bold statement for you. The US factor is undeniably shaping Canada's foreign policy, pushing the nation to navigate a delicate balance between its own interests and the immense influence of its powerful neighbor. This isn't just about economics or shared borders, it's about a constant, intricate dance on the global stage. If you've ever wondered how nations like Canada maintain their voice and independence in the shadow of a superpower, or if you're keen to understand the true complexities of international relations, then you're in the right place. By the end of this video, you'll not only grasp the historical roots of this unique relationship, but also understand the challenges and opportunities Canada faces as it carves out its own path in a rapidly changing world. Get ready to master the story of Canada's geopolitical tightrope walk. To truly understand Canada's dilemma, we first need to rewind the clock. Our story begins with a shared history, a shifting landscape. Canada and the United States, two of the world's longest-standing allies, share far more than just a border. From common democratic values to intertwined economies and even shared defense efforts, their relationship has been built on a bedrock of cooperation for centuries. Think of the joint efforts during World War II or the creation of NORAD during the Cold War, so a North American Aerospace Defense Command designed to protect both nations. This historical closeness has forged a bond unlike any other. But the world is constantly evolving, and so too are the dynamics of this relationship. From the relatively stable Cold War era, where the US and Canada stood united against a common foe, we've witnessed a dramatic shift. The rise of new global powers, particularly China, has changed the game. Suddenly, the focus isn't just on defending against one threat, but on navigating a complex web of economic competition, technological rivalry, and shifting alliances, and it's here that the influence of US foreign policy becomes incredibly apparent. Imagine Canada as a skilled sailor. The US is a powerful current. Canada can try to steer its own course, but it's always feeling the pull, the push, and the direction of that current. Sometimes this offers incredible tailwinds. Shared interests mean mutual benefits. Other times, it means navigating choppy waters, facing pressures to align on issues where Canadian and US priorities might differ. Understanding this constant navigation is key to unlocking Canada's unique position in the world. Imagine being best friends with a giant, helpful but sometimes overwhelming. That's Canada's reality. Now let's talk about the bedrock of this relationship, economics. Our next chapter, Economic Interdependence, Opportunities and Risks, highlights just how intertwined these two economies truly are. Did you know that the US is Canada's largest trading partner by a massive margin? Think of it this way. For every dollar of Canadian exports, a significant portion goes directly to the United States. This translates into millions of jobs, thriving industries, and a robust flow of goods and services across the border. From oil and gas to manufactured goods and agricultural products, the US economy acts as a powerful engine for Canadian prosperity. This isn't just about big corporations, it's about the everyday Canadian worker, the small business owner, and the communities that rely on this cross-border trade. However, this deep interdependence isn't without its challenges. What happens when the US decides to put its own interests first through protectionist policies? We've seen it with tariffs on steel and aluminum, or disputes over agricultural products. These moves, designed to protect American industries, can have a direct and painful impact on Canadian businesses and workers. Imagine a sudden storm hitting that economic engine. It sends ripples throughout Canada. So what's a nation to do? Canada isn't passively accepting these risks. To mitigate its economic vulnerability, the nation is actively pursuing strategies to diversify its trade relationships, looking beyond just the US. Think about increased engagement with Europe, Asia, and other emerging markets. It's also about fostering international partnerships and heavily investing in domestic innovation. This means supporting Canadian startups, encouraging new technologies, and building industries that are less reliant on a single market. It's about building resilience and ensuring Canada's economic future is robust, no matter the winds of change blowing from its southern neighbor. What happens when your biggest customer suddenly changes the rules? Canada must innovate or risk falling behind. Beyond economics, Canada faces a constant juggling act on the global stage. Our next segment, Navigating Global Alliances, Balancing Acts, explores how Canada strives to maintain its unique voice while operating within powerful alliances. Canada has a long-standing commitment to multilateralism, a fancy word that simply means working together with many countries through international organizations like the United Nations, NATO, and the World Trade Organization. This approach reflects Canada's belief in cooperation, diplomacy, and collective action to solve global problems. Think of Canada's historical role in peacekeeping or its strong advocacy for human rights. These are core tenets of Canadian foreign policy. But here's where the US factor truly comes into play. How does Canada balance its unwavering alliance with the US with its broader global commitments? It's like being on a team, but also wanting to play your own unique position. Sometimes aligning with US policy is natural and beneficial for both. Other times, Canada might find itself in a difficult spot, needing to assert its own independent stance on issues like climate change, trade agreements, or even approaches to certain geopolitical conflicts. It's about finding that delicate balance between being a strong ally and maintaining an independent voice that resonates with its own values. This isn't always easy. The US factor can create pressure, but it also presents opportunities for Canada to act as a bridge builder, a mediator, or a crucial voice within international relations, especially when differences arise between major powers. Canada's role isn't just about following, it's about actively shaping the global order amidst these shifting alliances, ensuring its values and interests are represented on the world stage. Can you be a loyal friend and an independent thinker at the same time? Canada is trying to do both. Moving to matters of security, our fourth chapter, Security Concerns and Defense Cooperation, highlights another critical aspect of this relationship. Both Canada and the US share a common landscape of threats, from the ever-present danger of terrorism to the growing menace of cyber attacks, and even the increasingly urgent realities of climate change and natural disasters. These challenges don't respect borders. Working together, sharing intelligence, and coordinating responses are not just beneficial, they're essential for the safety and security of both nations. To meet these shared threats, Canada is continuously strengthening its defense capabilities. This means investing in modernizing its military, ensuring its armed forces are well-equipped and trained to respond to diverse challenges. Think about Canada's contributions to NATO, its participation in international peacekeeping missions, and its ongoing collaboration with the US on continental defense through NORAD. These partnerships are vital for collective security. But just like with economic and diplomatic matters, Canada faces the task of balancing US-led defense initiatives with its own distinct priorities. While cooperation is key, Canada also defines its independent defense policies within this shared security framework. This means making sovereign decisions about where and how its military is deployed, what equipment it procures, and what strategic objectives it prioritizes. It's about being a strong and reliable partner, but also a sovereign nation with its own strategic vision, ensuring that its defense efforts align with Canadian values and national interests, not just those of its neighbor. As we look ahead, the future of this relationship, our final core segment, presents both significant opportunities and persistent challenges. The geopolitical landscape is constantly shifting. We're witnessing the rise of China as an economic and strategic powerhouse, the resurgence of Russia in certain regions, and the growing importance of emerging economies across the globe. For Canada, navigating this new world means constantly adapting its foreign policy, finding new partners, and strengthening existing alliances. The US factor remains, but it's part of an even larger, more complex global puzzle. Crucially, this isn't just about challenges. There are immense opportunities to strengthen bilateral ties on shared interests. Think about the urgent need to combat climate change. Both Canada and the US are committed to this. Collaboration on renewable energy, protecting shared natural resources, and even fostering diverse and inclusive societies are all areas where enhanced cooperation can lead to significant mutual benefits. It's about leveraging their close relationship to tackle the big issues of our time. Ultimately, the key for Canada lies in seeking a balanced approach. This means continuing to work closely with the United States on areas of mutual benefit, while simultaneously asserting Canada's own unique interests and priorities on the global stage. It's about being a strong, reliable neighbor, but also a confident, independent voice in a world that needs diverse perspectives. Canada's dilemma isn't about choosing one path over the other, but skillfully walking both, ensuring its sovereignty, prosperity, and values remain at the forefront. So there you have it. We've journeyed through the intricate layers of the US factor, Canada's dilemma, from its shared history and economic ties to its global alliances and security concerns. We've seen how Canada, while deeply intertwined with its powerful neighbor, is continually striving to define its own unique path on the world stage. We promise to educate, entertain, and inspire, and I hope we've delivered a comprehensive understanding of this fascinating geopolitical relationship. Remember, being a good neighbor doesn't mean losing your own identity. Canada's story is a powerful reminder that even in the shadow of giants, a nation can forge its own destiny with grace, resilience, and unwavering purpose. What would you do if you were in Canada's shoes?